Hi everyone, this is Jim Wallace again, and I'm doing an interview with two of our drumline freshmen, both in the snare line. Thought it would be interesting to meet a couple more of our students and have them talk about their experiences in the band. And let's start by asking each one of them to introduce themselves.
Okay.
Karen?
I'm Caroline Pomeroy. I'm from Loudoun County, Virginia, and I play a snare. I'm a freshman, and I'm studying aviation management.
Aviation management, okay, and that's fairly unique to Purdue, is it not? I mean, you can't find aviation management at a lot of universities, can you?
Yeah, it's pretty unique to Purdue.
Is it today?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we have an airport and all that jazz.
Yeah, okay. Well, we have an airport at Purdue, yeah, for
exactly.
sure. Yeah. And Sam?
All right, my name's Sam Bell, and I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana, and I'm studying aviation management as well.
Okay, so both of you.
Yeah.
So, so you're both in the snare line. Let's talk first of all about what high school was like. Starting with you, Caroline. What kind of high school band did you have? Was it large, small? Was it performance?
It was a competitive band. It was we peaked this year at 90 people. We've been around the 70, 80 range all through my high school experience. And the bands in Virginia aren't nearly as competitive or as well funded as the bands here in
Indiana?
In the central
Uh-huh.
U.S. So it wasn't as grand as a lot of these other band members' experiences have been, but you know, it got me here.
So how big was the drum line in your high school band?
For the first half, it was 3 snares, 1 tenor, 4 basses, and that was it. And the second half, after we grew a little bit more, we hit 4 snares, 2 tenors, 5 bass drums, and 3 cymbals.
Well, so it grew quite a bit.
Yeah, we grew quite a bit.
So were you a snare?
Yeah, I was. I actually joined the band in my 8th grade year
Okay.
because our school recently went through a split, so we lost about half our members. So they recruited 8th graders, and so I joined in as a bass drum on my 8th grade year. And after that, I played snare and indoor drum line, and all through high school since then. And I was a center snare for them, freshman to senior year.
So when you came to Purdue, was it your goal to be in the snare line or just be in the drum line?
Well, you know, snare line was my goal, but if I wasn't good enough for snare, I was going to try for the drum line in general. But
Yeah.
there was so much preparation that had to go into it that I didn't think I'd have a chance to fully prepare for 2 different instruments.
Sure. How about you, Sam? Talk to me about your high school experience.
My high school band was pretty small. We had about 100 people max, I think. And my drum line, it was biggest my freshman year. We had 4 snares. I played bass. There was 4 basses and 2 tenors. And then my senior year, when it ended, there was 2 snares, 1 tenor, and 4 basses. So it shrunk quite a bit
Okay.
over the time.
And you were a snare? Oh, no, you said you were bass?
I was snare for my last 3 years, 3 years marching band, 3 years indoor drum line. But the first 2, my indoor season and my marching season, I played bass from freshman year.
And I'll ask both of you, talk to me about the size of the stadium that you marched in high school. How many spectators would have been there about?
It was not nearly as much as
Yeah.
as we get now.
No, it was like a 10th of this
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, so maybe 5,000 or
And
Yeah, tops.
maybe a third of the stadium would be filled up.
Yeah.
It was really small.
a lot of empty seats as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there were.
So you applied and got accepted to Purdue. That was pretty exciting, I would think.
Yeah.
And then you decided, well, I'm going to try out for the band. Had you heard anything about the Purdue band before you got here?
I've always known that they were like one of the best ones in the nation. So that's always been like motivating me to like try really hard to get into this drum line. But I'd actually never like actually seen the band before I came here and
Right.
auditioned.
Right, I had never seen it in person. After I applied to Purdue, one of the reasons I applied to Purdue because I knew they had a good marching band. It was one of the
Yeah.
criteria I used.
Okay, good.
But I hadn't watched any videos of them until after I had gotten accepted because I didn't want to get.
And then after you got accepted, did you like get on YouTube or something?
Yeah, after I got accepted, I got right on YouTube and I started looking up.
Wanted to find out what that was like. How about you,
Yeah.
Sam? Did you do that too? Go to
Yeah.
YouTube?
Whenever I got accepted, I started looking at videos of like all their cadences to try to like use that to help me learn all the stuff we had to learn.
So the drumline shows up at band camp just like any instrument or wind would, and you start rehearsing. And cuts are made. Are they made on Thursday night or
Yeah.
Friday morning, and like
We
normal?
have cuts before band camp.
Yeah, we have Tech week.
Yeah, we have Tech Weekend where we learn a bunch of information. That's before band camp, and then
during band camp, she'll cut people. Okay, so Tech Weekend happens, and she kind of gets a feel for everyone, and then you do audition day
on Monday.
On Monday.
Band camp.
And then you get cut. That weeds out the people that aren't.
People make it and some are not.
Yeah, exactly. And then band camp starts.
So do you find out on Friday morning of band camp that you made the line, or do you find out before then?
Wasn't it?
Friday morning.
It was Thursday evening, wasn't it?
Was it?
I swear it was Thursday
I think it was
evening.
Friday. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, with the winds, it's Friday morning, and maybe different on the drum line. What was that like when you found out you made the line? Were you excited?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yes.
was really awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Did you like text mom and dad right away?
Oh, yeah.
I made.
They've been like so excited and like trying to figure out everything, every information I get, they want to know. So as soon as I found out, I just texted them and they were like really excited.
Halfway through the week, did you think I'm going to do this? I can do this.
Yeah, but as soon as I started late. I started on a Tuesday.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't go through auditions or Tech Weekend or anything like that. I just jumped right in on Tuesday. As soon as I started doing it, I immediately knew that I loved doing it, and I wanted to keep doing it. So I was trying every single second.
And so, do you get a lot of pride being on the snare line?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes, I do.
I'm always impressed with the posture, the synchronization that I see on the snare line and other parts of the drum line as well. You don't always see that in every section. You're so precise with your hands and your sticks. There's a part in the national anthem where you're not playing, and then you sort of snap up, and I can't describe it more than that, and then you start playing again. I think you probably play, what do you call it, a roll?
A buzz roll. Yeah.
Yeah, drum roll, yeah. So you made the band,
Yeah.
and then the first game we go is in Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah.
You'd never marched there before, I would
I
assume,
marched there 4 times.
as a high school student.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
never. I've only been in there to watch a few drum corps shows. But
Okay,
that-
DCI, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was surreal.
So was that quite an experience?
Yeah.
In uniform, marching on the field as a member of the Purdue Marching Band?
Yes, it was. The echoes were insane. It was really hard to listen in.
So I always hope that in doing these interviews and posting them on my website, and I'll give a plug for that, PurdueBandFan.com, of course, that some high school student will, maybe like you, after they got accepted to Purdue, will start poking around and they'll Google Purdue Band and they'll find my website and they'll find this interview. And because maybe they're thinking about trying out, but maybe they're thinking I'm not good enough. You know, I went to a small high school. In their own mind, they think that they're an average performer or whatever. What would you say to those people? Why should they go for it?
I think it's really important they at least show up and just see what it's all about. And just like go through tech day, go through like if band camp if you make it, and then just figure out like if you have what it takes to do it, and you'll figure it out along the way. Like towards like the middle of band camp, you'll start to be able to tell like where you're at. But it's just a great experience for all young people coming into Purdue to just experience it.
Does it become evident because you can compare yourself to the others that are there at that time?
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty easy to tell, honestly, as you go along, what's going to happen, because Dr. Dave is adjusting us as band camp goes on. I would say it only hurts you if you don't try.
Yeah.
Because if you try, you at least get that experience and kind of the knowledge about the level you need to hit. So the worst thing you can do is not try.
Right. Exactly. So what do you like, Sam, what do you like the most about being with the band, being in the band?
I just like playing with a drum line that's like this big and experienced. Like I said, I came from a snare line of 2 people.
Yeah.
And now I'm coming into a snare line with 11 people, and they're all like incredibly good drummers.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really great.
How about you, Caroline?
I feel the same way. My drum line was small and inexperienced, and we were taking the people we could get.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that I'm with a line of 10 other people who are
very good,
who are
and in a very good band, yeah.
Yes, and it's a large line. It's
Right.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So if you think about when you first was in elementary band, maybe elementary school band, and then middle school, and then high school, and then college, sort of each step along the way, the music gets better, whether it's the drum line or the whatever, that just gets better because you're now you're probably 18 years old or something, and you're around 21, 22-year-olds who have been at it that much longer. So the quality just gets raised at every level.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I had a question on the tip of my toe, now I can't think of it because I went off. What would you say to people, God, I just can't remember what that was. See, I was talking to you earlier about what if you can't. All right, so you like the whole experience with it. Would you say that, what comes after this?
Comes after college band.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do next?
Well, there are some DCA groups that are all age drum corps.
True.
There are some like football marching bands. Like there are bands specifically that play for NFL teams.
Would you want to do that?
I don't know. I know some people who have, but I'm not sure. It's definitely a different experience. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna hold on to the connections that I have with the people that I've met in the drum line, but I don't think I'm gonna pursue it farther than college band.
So when we go to the drill field and rehearsal, there's charts, and the charts have, trumpet 39, and that's where trumpet 39 is supposed to stand in chart 1, and then chart 2, and so on. A lot of times the drum line sort of moves in concert together, both the snares and the cymbals. Of course, the cymbals stay with you all the time, do they not?
Most of the time.
I actually the past few shows, that's been the only time that they've stuck with us. The first few shows, they were doing their own thing most of the time.
Okay.
It's only been the Latin show and this one really that they've stuck with us.
And we have to probably state that, isn't there a cymbal in the line for each snare?
There's one cymbal per snare, so
So
you're
the-
paired with a cymbal when you make the drum line.
So you stay with the same cymbal all the time?
Yeah, for the most
of
part.
the time, yeah.
All right, so I did think of the other question I was going to ask you. Well, we'll wrap this up with this question. So on Tuesday at band camp, if you remember, I assume you were down at the drill field when the returnees came back to Purdue and marched down 3rd Street.
Yeah.
What was that like? When you saw that, the sophomores, juniors, and seniors marching down 3rd Street, was that cool?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
definitely.
It was really cool. It gave you a taste of what you were getting into.
Yeah, that's going to be me soon. Yeah. I always get a kick out of, I enjoy watching the freshmen watch the band come down because this is what they're going to be part of. It's pretty neat. All right, well, thank you very much. You go out and have a nice day and don't study too hard. Stay out of the snow and the rain or whatever's out there. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.